Alright there guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we are starting a brand new segment on the channel called Video Game Chat, simply because I don't post gaming videos on this channel anymore and it's been now over a year since I last did. So I decided, why not put a segment on this channel where I can talk about games, and mostly games that I don't own anymore, because I can't show you footage of them on the second channel and Let's Play them, but I can talk about games from the past that I've really enjoyed and really want to talk about. And that starts off today with, as you can see on screen and from the title, Kirby's Epic Yarn. This game is heavily underrated, in my opinion. This is a game a lot of Kirby fans do not like. And the big reason for that is because it's not a traditional Kirby game. It is in the sense it's a 2D side-scrolling platformer, but not in the sense of Kirby's abilities are not the same as they are in almost every other game he's in. The premise of Kirby's Epic Yarn is Kirby is searching for his favourite food, the maximum tomato, that of course in any Kirby game it fully heals you if you eat it and takes away 50% of your damage in Smash Bros. Kirby then finds a maximum tomato made out of yarn, tries to eat it, and then this person called Yin Yan, who is the main antagonist, appears, and Kirby eats the tomato, but Yin Yan uses his magical sock, yes, stay with me, his magical sock to suck Kirby in to Patchland, which is entirely made out of yarn. Everything is. Even the people are made out of yarn. Kirby is now made out of yarn. And this means his inhale ability that he uses to inhale enemies and then copy their ability to use as a power-up. Kirby does not have that ability in this game because he can't inhale. Because anything he would try to inhale would go straight through him because he's made of yarn. So this game allows for very different gameplay to any other Kirby game, because you can't just eat, you don't have inhale. Instead, you have a whip, where you can grab enemies, you can take enemies out with the whip, or you can use your whip to turn them into balls of yarn to throw at other enemies, or at boxes that you can't break yourself. Where Kirby's Epic Yarn really shines is its level design and atmosphere. Like, every single world in the game looks amazing. There are so many vibrant colours with this game. And this game is all around, it just makes you happy. The aesthetic just makes you want to be happy, because it has an aesthetic that no other Kirby game can quite manage. Now, I said that with Kirby's Epic Yarn being the only Kirby game I've ever played, but I feel like that's the way it should be. It's so good that I will be completely fine never playing another Kirby game. And really, now that I'm much older than I was when I was playing Kirby's Epic Yarn, I really wish I could go back and play it again, because it just is a really, really enjoyable game. But yeah, the two biggest criticisms of the game are Kirby's inhale ability to copy people's power-ups is got completely taken out of the game. Instead, Kirby has levels where he has very specific power-ups he can turn into. He can turn into a big tank. He can turn into a dolphin. He can turn into a surfing penguin. He can turn into a fire truck. He can turn into a UFO. He can turn into a rocket ship. So yeah, Kirby has a number of different power-ups that are completely different to anything from the main format of Kirby games. But the other big criticism this game has is that it's too easy. Now, yes, Kirby's Epic Yarn is very easy. It is a very easy game. Probably the easiest Kirby game out there. But the thing is, sometimes a game being easy makes it more enjoyable. Being able to just decimate anything in front of you and take anything down is something that once in a while you just want to have. My only criticism of the game is it only has 6 worlds. I really wish it had 8, like the 2D Mario games have. That's the one thing I would like to see better in Kirby's Epic Yarn. There's probably never going to be a sequel, which is a massive shame, because Kirby's Epic Yarn, it did something different. It decided to shake up the Kirby formula. But it seems it shook it up too much for what fans would like. But hey, without Kirby's Epic Yarn, there is no Yoshi's Woolly World. Just saying. If you're a fan of Yoshi's Woolly World, without Kirby's Epic Yarn, that Yoshi's Woolly World and all the Yoshi's Woolly World games, so Yoshi's Woolly World, Yoshi's Crafted World, all those games, they would not be around if it wasn't for Kirby going into Yarn form first. And let's be honest, Kirby and Yoshi would actually be quite a great duo if they had their own game together. But that is likely never going to happen. But I think Kirby and Yoshi would be a great duo to put in a game together. A crossover of the Mario world and the Kirby world. I mean, why not? Mario and Sonic did it for the Olympic, have been doing it since 2008 for the Olympic Games, so why not? But yeah, Kirby's Epic Yarn really should have had 8 worlds, because it had the typical grass world, like all of them do. Its second world was a hot desert world, like most 2D side scrollers. Its third world, however, wasn't ice, which is what the third world in most 2D side scrolling games, like the Mario Bros. Games, had. World number 3 was actually Treatland, full of sweets and chocolate and cakes and stuff like that. That world is gonna make you hungry. Its fourth world is water, so that sticks with traditional 2D platformers. The fifth world is the ice world, which in the newer Mario Bros. Games, the fifth world is jungle, isn't it? It's usually a jungle type of world. The sixth world, which normally in the Mario 2D games, is the sky world. Here in Kirby's Epic Yarn, the sixth and penultimate world is the space world. But of course, in Kirby's Epic Yarn, these places are called lands, not worlds. So Grassland, Hotland, Treatland, Waterland, Iceland, and Spaceland. Of course, Kirby's Epic Yarn also brings in some brand new bosses. We have Fangora who's a dragon that you have to whip its tongue to defeat it. Hot Wings is a very obvious pun for a name. Is a flaming bird. You have a wizard in Treatland. You have a squid in Waterland. In Iceland, you have King Dedede. Yes. Some of the traditional Kirby bosses are characters and bosses are here, and in Spaceland you face Meta Knight. So they were like, we're not gonna give you everyone as a new boss. We're gonna give you some familiarity with Meta Knight and King Dedede, and they did. Then Kirby returns to Dreamland, haha, as the final world of the game is actually Dreamland. And the first boss of Dreamland is Wispy Woods. Yeah, Kirby's Epic Yarn is one of the few Kirby games out there where Wispy Woods is not the first boss battle of the game. In fact, he's one of the last bosses. I think he's like the second to last boss before you face Yin Yarn. And the Yin Yarn boss fight. Okay, this is where Kirby's Epic Yarn does make it a little too obvious of how easy the game is, because the final boss against Yin Yarn is really easy. Isn't a final boss meant to be the hardest boss in the game? It's supposed to throw the biggest challenge at you, the most difficult challenge the game has to offer. But Yin Yarn just does not do that. Yin Yarn is probably, in my opinion, the easiest final boss I've ever fought in any game. Because you defeat him, all you have to do is, well, first, before even fighting him, he sends out Fangora, the dragon, and then he sends out the squid against you. So you have to take down two main bosses of previous worlds, but they're even easier than they were when you actually fought them the first time. Then you fight Yin Yarn, take him down, and you think, well, that was easy, as Kirby and Prince Fluff, who is the overseer of Patchland and asks for Kirby's help to stitch Patchland back together. There's a lot of yarn puns in this game. A lot. And when you defeat Yin Yarn, Kirby and Prince Fluff are doing the usual Kirby dances. You know the dance that Kirby does at the end of levels? Yeah, that's in this game too. They didn't get rid of that. They're midway through doing that dance until the two sticks that Yin Yarn has been holding, his yarn needles, that's what they are. His two yarn needles that he's held through the whole game come back to life, they re-knit Yin Yarn into a giant version of himself, Mega Yin Yarn, and Kirby is given the tank power-up by Meta Knight, and then you just wail on him as Tank Kirby, shooting rockets upon rockets at him to destroy him, save Patchland, and then save Dreamland. And one little detail that no one probably has ever spoken about in this game is the narrator for Kirby's Epic Yarn is actually different depending on which version of the game you get. Because I remember the US version, the American version of the game, and the UK version of the game have different narrators. I'm not joking, they're not. I remember when I played Kirby's Epic Yarn myself, and then watched Sugar Conroy's LP of the game at the end of 2012, the narrators for my version and his version were not the same person, they were different people. And something else I noticed is that when you select a level for one player or two players, in the UK version, only the first letter of the words are capital, whereas in the American version, every single letter is capital. Those are just a few things I noticed. And something you can do in almost no Kirby game apart from this one is Kirby has his own apartment that you can decorate with items that you find throughout all the levels in the game. So you can even customize your own little apartment to make it how you would want Kirby to have it. But yeah, that is my video on Kirby's Epic Yarn. A hugely underrated gem and a unique Kirby experience that did something different and it worked. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and until next time, catch you later.